so many. But there was another one about, you know, your dad buying back into WWE. What is going on with all
Well, he
that?
owns a big part of TKO still, so you never know what's going to happen there either. So I'm not trying to be vague. I'm just saying anything can happen.
Anything can happen in the WWE. We've heard that a million times before. But how possible is it for a billionaire to come back to his empire after he has left? Will the make-believe world of pro wrestling allow that? The thing is, we're not talking anymore about the world of pro wrestling. We're talking about the world of business. And after the rumors of Vince being pushed out of his own company, possibly by his own daughter and his son-in-law, he arranged this sale of his company to certain individuals. And to the public, this is all fine and dandy. He sells his empire, takes a yacht vacation, retires, but that's just an illusion. This sale is a strategic leverage play. First, he sells his company at a huge valuation, receiving cash, stocks, and board seats. Then, the billionaire creates an investment vehicle, an LLC, a trust, or a holding company, and then quietly reinvests in the same company that they left, or their competitors, or their key suppliers. So while you think they're out, they're in. And Vince McMahon is already doing that with 14th and I, a company that will specialize in the entertainment business, especially in the production of scripted television and programming, i.e. pro wrestling. But where does the name 14th and I even come from? According to a 2006 article in WWE.com, Capital Wrestling Corporation, the predecessor of WWE, headed by Vince McMahon's dad, was headquarters in the corner of 14th and I Streets in Washington, D.C. around the 1950s and 60s. So while we think he's out, he's actually expanding his empire. He will produce more media, he will invest in other competitors that he will later acquire, but potentially worse, since he will now have access to all these invite-only markets and these family offices, and he will effectively use his net worth and these allocated elite funds to build or expand his empire, depending on how you see it. So you thought he left the company, but he just switched chairs. We need to learn the modus operandi of the rich, because if we don't, we're just a pawn in their game.